The next thing is on Wike, Minister Wike, you know, Fubara. This has to do with I want to talk about the interview that was granted by Daniel Bwala, the hard copy Channels television interview. The host Kayla Megwa interviewed Daniel Bwala. This was quite unique in the sense that if you notice, since the FCT minister, since Wike has become minister, even with the controversial issues he's had, you hardly see the presidential spokesperson, addressing it. Remember the Officer Yerima and the FCT Minister Wike issue. There was no press statement from the president. There are a number of things that have arisen. Like the issue Fubara has with Wike. You hardly hear or see a presidential spokesperson speak to it. In recent times, we've had the APC, the party, speaking on it because Fubara has defected to APC. But usually you don't hear presidential spokesperson speaking on the matter, which in effect is speaking on the Wike matter. They don't usually do that. So I was surprised, I'm pleasantly surprised to hear Bwala speaking on the Wike Fubara issue. And talking about Wike, what Daniel Bwala said, a presidential spokesperson, is not good. Things are not looking good for Wike. Honestly, things are not looking good for him. And it's something good because it appears that the presidency wants to keep Wike in check, finally, which is a good thing. It should not be the president, you are the president of the country. Those who are working with you, they are working under you. They are working with you to improve the government, but they are under you. You are the president. Even the vice president is working under the president. And so it should not be that a minister will now be so out of control that the president cannot talk to the person. It cannot be. Whatever political advantage the person has, whatever political leverage he has for a re-election, you have to keep people in check. Even in the famous President Buhari's administration, when it was said that he allowed people to do what they wanted to do, there were times that President Buhari has to hold his ground and insist. For example, when these ministers were running around wanting to contest for elections, contest for governor and all that, and they were not really attending to what they needed to do. And we have a sitting CBN governor saying that he wants to contest for president while maintaining his office as a CBN governor and all of that. President Buhari now gave them an ultimatum, less than a week ultimatum. If by social time, if you say you want to contest an election, resign. If you don't resign, you may have to be sacked. And when he gave that directive, those who wanted to contest resigned. Those who didn't want to contest, who wanted to keep their position, they stopped political campaigns. So even for the famous President Buhari, who operated a system that allowed people to give a lot of freedom for people to do what they want to do, there were times that he stood his ground and people had to comply or face the consequences. And so as a president, you have to assert your foot. So Daniel Bwala spoke on the issue of Wike Fubara. I'm going to read the transcripts of what he said. The transcript is on YouTube transcript. You can watch the video of Kayla Megwa's interview with Daniel Bwala on YouTube. So this is what Daniel Bwala said in response to a question Kayla Megwa asked. He said, the president is a product of a political party. You cannot become a president in Nigeria unless you are sponsored by a political party. Thankfully, the president's thankfully the political party that the president won on is a party he helped to build. The president understands party structure. Okay. So, and then he went on to explain that APC, they have a rule and that there's no exemption to the rule. The rule is that the leader of the party in the state, if the state has an APC governor, the governor is the leader of the party in that state. And he made reference to Lagos State. The Lagos State has Sanwo-Olu as the governor, APC governor. Even though President President Tinubu's strong home base is Lagos, that the leader of the party in Lagos State is Sanwo-Olu, while the president is leader of the party in the whole country, And so he said that there's no exemption. So he went on to say that I agree with the point highlighted by the national chairman, that's the national chairman of APC, that in Rivers State, Fubara is the leader of APC in Rivers State. So that is, Fubara is the leader of APC in Rivers State. Then he went on to say, now you mentioned Wike. Wike is not a member of APC, so he can't speak for APC. That was really blunt. This is not something that presidential spokesperson used to say. You understand? So he said, now that you mentioned Wike, Wike is not a member of APC, so he cannot speak for APC, which is the fact. It's the fact. But I'm surprised that the presidential spokesperson has said this. So Bwala went on to say he may be the leader of PDP in Rivers State because he was a former governor and they don't have a governor at the moment. That is, PDP doesn't have a governor in Rivers State because the governor in Rivers State has defected to APC. So, but in APC, the leader of the party in Rivers State is Governor Fubara. He went on to say that, the president believes in the rule of law and a rule-based practice, right, with respect to the party affairs. What the national chairman said is the position the president sticks to because he respects party procedure. Then the interviewer Kayla Megwa asked him that Wike is afraid that it's going to be used and dumped. Or at least some people say that Wike may be used and dumped by this government. And he has done quite a lot for this administration. That is what the interviewer said. Bwala responded, you say he has done a lot in the administration. So also he was given that privilege. He was given that privilege a lot. I mean, we have had people who complain that as a cabinet member, Wike enjoyed more benefits than anything. When you leave treasury single accounts. So the interviewer now added that he delivered more than most of the cabinet members. Then Bwala now said, if they are given the resources that he has and unfettered access, they will do more. The point Bwala is making here is that the people say Wike has done a lot in Abuja, he has done a lot in Abuja. Bwala is making the point because Wike has also been given a lot. So more was expected of Wike because FCT was removed from the treasury single account, you know, such that the revenue generated from FCT, that the minister of the FCT and the FCT has direct access to it, and that Wike has unfettered access to the president, and he has a lot of benefits. He has a lot of privileges given to him, and that other people in the cabinet who have not done as much as Wike would have done so if they had the kind of resources and the kind of access that Wike has and Wike has been given. You know, so Bwala went on to say that so Wike has been adequately compensated. You see, the president believes in compensating people not at the expense of the interests of Nigeria. You have to understand President Tinubu. He will give you latitude, he will give you privilege, but not at the expense of what is the right thing to do. Now, when you cross that line, nobody will tell you. You will know. He said, President Tinubu will give you privilege, will give you latitude, but not at the expense of the right thing to do. So when you cross the line of what should be the right thing to do, of what should be in the interest of Nigeria, nobody will tell you. You will know. So here he is implying that Wike knows the line. He has been given a lot. He has been adequately compensated. He has been given latitude and privilege. But it's not going to be at the expense of Nigeria, or the interest of Nigeria, or the expense of the right thing to do. So if that line is crossed, nobody will tell you. You will know. Then Bwala went on to say, so the matter between Wike and Fubara is handled. This interview is loaded, though. So the matter between Wike and Fubara is handled. Handled in the sense that you ask the question, who is the leader of the party in the states? We say is the governor. If you want the president to travel to Rivers and then carry microphone and say he is the governor, so he's saying the matter between Wike and Fubara is handled, in the sense that Fubara is the leader of the party in Rivers State. So that is very strong statement. Then Bwala went on to say, okay, yes, this is a statement from Bwala. Bwala said, for the impeachment procedure, it is consistent with the practice of law and the requirements, and then the governor will deal with it. So the issue between Wike and Fubara is handled. The impeachment, the governor will deal with it. Then he went on to say there has been orders of courts that stopped impeachment right. The party is clear. Nobody should stop Fubara from governing the states. That one should be clear to everyone, that the party sticks with the leaders of the party in their respective states. So the point here is that, remember those members of the House of Assembly who wants to impeach Fubara, they are in APC now. Fubara is in APC, and the party wants to stick with Fubara. Nobody should stop Fubara from governing the state, meaning that nobody should think of impeaching him, right? So he now went on to say, in fact, the president even respects the right of a state in which a PDP governor is governor and maybe someone APC wants to disturb him. He believes that the governor should be allowed to govern the state. So here is Daniel Bwala is saying that even if the state has a PDP governor, people want to disturb that person, that the president won't allow it. That the president believes that the governor should be allowed to govern the state, even if he's an opposition governor. So he's saying that in this instance now, the governor is APC. The members of the House of Assembly and the State House of Assembly are APC. And so that everyone should be clear that the party sticks with the leaders of the party in their respective states. And the leader of the party in Rivers State is Fubara, not Wike, because Wike is not a member of the Wike is not a member of APC. Interesting interview from Chinese television, Daniel Bwala. We know that the chief judge has written to the Speaker of the House of Assembly to tell them that they will not be able to constitute the panel to investigate Fubara for now, because he has 2 court judgments barring him from doing so. So he's going to wait on the legal process to finish before he will now consider whether he should constitute a panel.